I wanted to tell you a little bit about Founder Institute, as well as thanking our partners and mentors. We are a pre-seed accelerator. So you might have heard of these inspiring or education type events such as Spark Festival, Startup School, or Techstars Weekend. They tend to be part-time, put your toe in the water. Founder Institute is a part-time program, but this is where founders and teams get great initial traction so that they can prepare for pre-seed funding. Beyond us are full-time accelerators or programs that can involve angel investment. And then as you go towards the next stage, that is when founders are often seeking seed or venture capital money so that they can use their full-time capabilities to grow in a fast fashion. Well, Founder Institute is the #1 place in the world to turn ideas into fundable startups. We are very fortunate to have been in over 100 countries and have been supported by over 35,000 mentors, helping nearly 7,000 founders build meaningful and enduring technology companies. We've celebrated 15 years of innovation, having been around since 2009, and we're fortunate to have had founders from the 6 continents. Around Australia, I wanted to call out 2 businesses that have come through the program. One is Checkbox, whose founder is Evan Wong, and he took part in the program in 2016. And they've been providing an automation platform that helps professional service firms like law firms. We also have Dylan McDonald, who together with his co-founder, who he met and was a mentor in the program, Timo Kugler, form Foodini. And they help the growing number of people with dietary needs to get access to the right menus at venues that serve the food they love. Now, they took part in our program in 2020. Here's a greater number of portfolio companies. And what I'd like to call out today is the support and thanks that we have from and to Rebecca Dooley, who is one of our platinum partners, Addison's, who is an Australian law firm. They have made a commitment to support Australian startup founders. They do have friends that they can recommend in New Zealand, but Australian startup founders as they make their first moves. So they're extremely commercial, they're extremely experienced, and want to help founders set their businesses up for success, particularly when it comes to things legal. Now, in Australia and New Zealand, I am thrilled to have been partnered with Paul Krzyzewski, who is a product management expert, as well as a multiple startup founder. And he has worked tirelessly to support founders from across the 2 countries as they build their businesses. And some of the top mentors that we have in our region include Cyril Osborne, Chris Clark, Joanne Suchard, and Matt Brown. Thank you very much for your continued support of the program. At Founder Institute, we believe there are great entrepreneurs everywhere, but giving them feedback and structure at the earliest stages can significantly increase their chance of success. And what we do is help those entrepreneurs in those pre-seed stages move quickly with fewer steps. Founder Institute is part of a global ecosystem of building startups, of helping local communities, and through our involvement with Venture Capital Lab, VC Lab, building a whole infrastructure of funds that are able to fund and support this next generation of entrepreneurs. And it all starts with the Founder Institute core program. And these are the typical applicants. They're pre-seed, they're either idea stage, they're team stage, or they may have launched. And they will have taken 1 of 2 tracks. For those who are a little less progressed, the launch track, where there's a lot of validation and thinking about the team and the go-to-market. And there are others who have perhaps started a few steps earlier and they're on the growth track, where they're focused on traction and preparing for investment. You can see pitching, customer development and leadership. For the growth track, there is more focus on investor due diligence, KPIs and growth strategy. Our methodology at Founder Institute consists of three things. We have a proven process so that founders can build quickly and cheaply. Remember, MVP means minimum viable product, not maximum most expensive product. We're highly structured and sequential. So over our weeks, there are what we call growth sprints, where people are able to focus on key deliverables so they can get from 0 to 100 ASAP. We think, having looked at the results of founders who have been through our program and those who are doing it part-time by themselves, 2 years of progress can be compressed into 3.5 months. And there is constant feedback from sessions thanks to our informed mentors. So we find great people, we give them a devoted and global support network, we put them through a structured growth process, and we give them a lifetime of support. And this is the Founder Institute roadmap. People take part in the FI Core program, takes about 4 months, after which they can graduate to take part in all of these Founder Lab programs, such as the Product Market Fit Lab, as well as the Funding Lab. And then there is access to the exclusive pre-seed investor network. That's not all. Our founders get access to all of these partners, up to $2 million USD worth of perks. So what does Jason Calacanis from This Week in Startups say? Founder Institute is the most raw street program out there for startups. We want to be very honest. We want you to get things done. A lot of people do not make it through the program, and that's okay. It's by design. And those who don't make it through the program are always welcome back in the next program. And we are going to be running that in February next year. So if you'd like to learn more about it, go to fi.co/Australia and check out this new cohort that will be running from February to June next year. 2 other things I can share. We are going to be running a couple of events in the lead up to the next program that we're running in February. So if you want to learn more, go to fi.co/events. We're also holding info sessions so you can stay up to date on what the Founder Institute could do for you more specifically. If you are a startup founder or you're thinking that you might want to be a startup founder and want to understand a little bit more about the traits, the DNA of a founder, we encourage you to get this free report. It takes about half an hour to go to fi.co/DNA. I've done it. And it rates you based on a whole range of dimensions. And we think this is super helpful for a couple of reasons. It will highlight the things that you are strong at. And that means the more you do of that, the even better you'll be. It'll also suggest some of your weak spots, possibly some blind spots. And wouldn't it be wonderful to have a co-founder, to find a co-founder who has high ratings where you might have low ratings? That's complementary. And of course, as you lean into that, you'll be able to work out the things that you can consider, possibly concentrate on or improve. So this is absolutely free. I invite you to give it a go. Paul and I have done it.